So, you and I have been sitting here talking about reading and writing and listening, kind of the fundamental aspects of being a student in a school. But I know you're from Rwanda, and I know a little bit of the history of Rwanda going back 20 years or so is about what I know.
Yeah.
I know that you're 18, right?
Yeah.
I know that you're 18, and I know, how many years have you been in the United States? We talked about that in our first interview.
Yeah, we came in 2014, so it's 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
So I know that we have American students born in America that also deal with difficult things in their lives, but I think that our newcomer students and students that are designated refugee families, I know that the story isn't easy that brought you here.
Yeah.
I just wondered if you would just share what you feel comfortable sharing in an effort to help teachers here understand that not all ESL students have had the same story.
Something that I would say that might be different is like when they fled their countries, they were from Congo, they came in different times. Like me, something that I can say is that all of my whole life I lived in a refugee camp. Yeah.
And did you feel safe in the refugee camp?
Yeah, cause we did, like, I was born when we were going in that refugee camp. I never had like guns or anything. Yeah, I was safe, but just for the wars, I was safe because we fled to Rwanda, and I did, like, maybe my moms and my dad, they are the one who saw wars, but I felt safe in the refugee camp. Something that wasn't safe is health, because we have to share the public restroom for many, and we were 20,000, and we had like
20,000 people sharing a public restroom.
Yeah, but not just one. They
Sure.
had like
Sure.
different, yeah.
Sure.
But
That's
we have to
still a
share.
lot of people using
Yeah,
some.
and that is, like, people are not like washing their hands and they shake, so that might be I don't know how to say
Spread
that.
germs or
Yeah, to
yes.
spread germs, so people could have the bacteria in their stomach. So that wasn't safe.
Okay.
Yeah, but about wars, we were safe.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about when you came to Wichita and you had lived almost your whole life in the refugee camp, right?
Mhm.
What refugee camp did you live in?
It's called the Gihembe Refugee Camp. It was in the northern province of Rwanda. District was Gicumbi.
And how many years did you live there?
I lived there because when we came here, I was 15 or 16. So I lived there for 15 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were you born there?
No, I was born when they were coming. So
Okay.
I was like
Okay.
months. Yeah.
Has your family shared any stories with you about what they went through in Rwanda? They lived in Rwanda, right?
Yeah, they lived in Congo.
In
before-
Congo,
yeah.
okay.
So
All
when the
right.
war happened, they fled to Rwanda.
They fled to Rwanda.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have they tried to protect you from the stories of what happened in Congo, or have they been open and shared with you what happened to them?
It's harder to tell us because maybe they're waiting for us to grow up because they don't want to make us scared.
Mhm.
But all they said is that like our grandpa and grandma, they were killed.
Mm.
Yeah.
Have you made friends with any students here that are from Congo? I know we interviewed some that had come here from Congo.
Yeah, I see them, but I don't, for sure, I don't talk to them too much. I just see them. I know them and they know me. But it's
So-
not like, at East we had many friends. I had many people from Rwanda, but here we have different cultures. So here it's not too much like at East.
Um, so when so growing up in the refugee camp, did you felt fairly free in the refugee camp to move around, and
Yeah, we were free to move around and
could you
go
leave
in.
the camp
Yeah, you could
to
live.
go into a nearby village or something? Could you do that?
Yeah, you could do that. Like
Okay.
to watch movies, it
Okay.
wasn't in the camp, so we had to go outside of
Okay.
it. It was like, it's not too long, like
Okay.
4 miles. Like
And
that.
did you live in a tent? in
Yeah,
the
it's a
camp?
tent. It's a
Okay.
tent. First time it was like a tent, like all of the house. So and now they changed it. They have to find mud and trees and like making mud. It's
Mud, the
yeah,
mud.
mud.
I've seen a lot of photos of
Mhm.
refugee families huddled in tents in the rains that would come, and just their tent was full of mud. And
Yeah, it's full of mud, and then at the top they put the tent
okay.
for
Okay.
keep point from sun or rain.
So if you compared um, growing up in the refugee camp
Mhm.
to living here,
It's a huge difference, cause there was hard, like finding food, finding clothes. It was hard, and nobody could help you if you can't help yourself. But here you can get anything. Like if you have a problem, you can talk to someone. They can find something to help you. And there is refugee agencies that you can talk to, like finding job. But there we didn't have jobs. Like the whole family will be waiting for the food assistance that they have from WFP, World Food Program.
okay,
Yeah.
and that's here, the World Food Program? helps-
No,
that was in
there.
Rwanda.
Yeah.
And I'm sure with 20,000 people in the camp, it was a little bit of food, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
just a little bit. It was a little bit, and you shared it according to your family. Like if you were one, you just take little.
Mhm.
And if you are like, there's some people that have in the family 13 people, so and they get huge. But if they shared it, it was enough for them. Like they could finish a half a month.
Did you go to school in the refugee camp?
Yeah, we did.
Do you remember where your teachers were from? Were they from
they,
Rwanda or Africa or Congo, or were they refugees themselves that had been teachers in the countries they came from?
Yeah, some of them they were already finished their schools in the Congo, and then they fled there. They started helping their brothers and sisters,
Okay.
and then after that, they had like agencies that could bring many teachers to
Teachers
teach. Yeah,
come in.
and they take some of them from camp, and then other from outside of the camp, like
Okay.
Rwandans.
A little bit of both then.
Yeah.
Did you have books and pencils and paper and supplies?
Books, like books, it was for, like first time it was for teachers only,
Okay.
but the student didn't have books. But there was an agency called the JRIS. It's a French.
JRIS.
No, JRS.
JRS.
Yeah.
Okay.
They called it JRS, and they helped us like bringing notebooks and pens
Okay.
for writing.
What was that like? Was that exciting?
Yeah, it was exciting. Like when they started your class, you feel like good. You're gonna take books, the notebooks.
You were happy to see some
Yeah,
books,
you were
huh?
happy to see it. And there was like the prizes for
Mhm.
the first and second and third classes,
Mhm.
or maybe to the fifth, and they gave them like notebooks and pens. Yeah, just to
Okay.
congratulate them.
So I'm sitting here with you, an 18-year-old boy who's smiling so much,
Yeah.
being excited
Child.
about getting books
Mhm.
and paper and pens and at the refugee camp. And now you're here at Wichita North. Do you think that, well, I know the answer to this question. Do all the students here appreciate having books?
Yeah, they do.
You think
'cause-
so?
Yeah, because it helped them.
Okay.
Like I'm saying to myself, I don't know if they appreciate it because they were maybe growing up, see everything.
Mhm.
But for me, I'm happy to have that. Like having a book, having a computer, like that.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right, Alan, you're an amazing, amazing
Thank
young man, and I know that you've been through a lot, and I think you must have a pretty amazing family that's helped you through all of this. And I'm going to try to follow your career a little bit and see what you do with your life. I want to encourage you. Keep going, keep pushing, don't settle, okay?
Yeah, thank you so